Raid Shadow Legends, Stu here with the 14 new champions that were just added in 1.8. So let's go over them. This is one of them. One of the 14 is a common, a 1-star, which nobody will ever use. I don't know why they wasted the time and resources on this, but who cares? Let's get into the legendaries, and then let's get into the one that I think, the epic, that is just amazing. There really wasn't anything too crazy to mix up metas or change the game in any kind of significant way. Of course, the legendaries are good. They're legendary. They look amazing. Let's get into this. Inithwi Blood Twin. He's got a unique name. He looks pretty cool. His skill 1 decreases the target's max HP by 30% of the damage done. This will not work on bosses, so this is just going to work on the minions, the waves, and players in PvP. Attack one enemy 3 times, damage increase equal to the percentage of HP the target has lost. So I'm hoping each hit does this. It calculates it per each hit, so you have 3 hits. After your first hit, they're dropped down, they're lower HP, right, because you're doing damage. So consecutive hits are just going to hit harder and harder, and he will do some crazy damage. His attack is really high. And then he has an AoE. I love AoEs on all my units. I don't even want a single target unit. I want something that at least has one AoE, and preferably a 3-turn, which this guy does maxed out. And on top of that, he's going to apply a leech effect for 2 turns on the enemy. Now, anybody on any of your allies attack that enemy, they're going to heal by 10% of the damage done. That's what leech does. So it's pretty cool. And then he has an insane passive that heals his champion by 30% of his max HP each time they kill an enemy, and the enemy cannot be revived if they're killed by him. So wild. Attack increased by 33%. His attack is really, really high. His HP is a little bit low for legendary, and his defense as well a little bit low. But it's just because he's just an attack unit. That's what he's there for. He looks really fun. Let's go to the next demon spawn. We have this girl, Cruxatrax. She looks like a mix between aliens and Species, if you've ever watched those movies, if you're old enough, those little whippy tentacle things. So she has the ability to hit 4 times on her skill 1 and ignore 50% of the enemy's defense. She looks like she can do some serious damage, even on the clan boss. Get a defense down on the clan boss, start wailing on him, defense down and weaken. And then this girl, I think, can just hit so hard. PvP, all those defensive champions that you face against, she can tear into those as well. She also does weaken, and she can remove 2 buffs from the enemy. And her passive, I think her passive was worded a little bit differently. I'm sorry, I'm trying to go fast because I know there's champions to cover here. So if I'm going too fast, I apologize. But Rite of Rebirth, people thought this was like all the time or every round. It's just every wave. So basically what they mean by round is wave. If you're in campaign and you're fighting, you see the waves come in, it's going to be there for the first 2 turns, and then it will only reapply if you kill somebody for 1 turn, as you can read there on the bottom. So let's just say you go to face the boss. Right when you zone in to face the dragon boss, it's only going to be there for 2 turns, and then you won't see it again because there's nobody else to kill except for the dragon. It's only the first 2 turns. So every wave is when this activates for 2 turns, and then if you kill somebody, you get it for another turn. So somebody like Ice Golem's Peak, the little side guys he keeps bringing back, if you killed those, you could get it again on a boss. And then her aura isn't as strong as I'd like it for a legendary. It's actually really weak. There are epics that have higher ones or just as high. So that's Cruxatrax. She is pretty cool. Now, my favorite one, the one I really want, if I could pull any champion right now, this would be the champion I want to pull. He is really cool. He's a lizardman, and his name is Jarek. Let's get to him. Jarek, right here. I hope there's some people out there who have been able to pull this guy. If you have him and you want to share a video with me so I can do a champion spotlight, please contact me. I would love to see him at 60, already doing some cool things. He has the 60% chance to place a 50% decrease attack debuff for 2 turns. Right away, that screams clan boss. Bring him into clan boss. Use him to drop that attack down. He does place the 50% ally protection and 60% increased defense on all your allies for 2 turns on a 4-turn cooldown. That means all your guys are getting buffed up for defense. They're taking less damage, and then he gets transferred 50% of the damage they take. He looks like he can take it. Look at this. Look at that HP he has. Crazy HP, good defense, good speed, and then he has a hella good lead. Look at this. 50% chance in all battles for... ally HP in all battles by 33%. So his lead is so good as well. Unfortunately, he's magic. He's the same as Tyrell. Everybody uses Tyrell for the attack down as well, and for the defense break, and for the lead of his defense lead. So I would have liked to have seen this guy different than magic, so you'd have other options for the attack down. but I don't know. They're not going to change it, so we're stuck with it. But he is crazy. So if it wasn't for these three things that are already insanely good, he has a passive that gives you a 15% continuous healing on any of your allies when any ally loses 20% of their max HP in one hit. That happens all the time now. Nightmare Clan Boss, AoE, whenever. This guy, I don't see a cooldown here, so I'm assuming, and I've heard online that he just puts up the continuous heals like crazy. And on the level 20, on the stage 20 waves now that we're doing, they take a while. They're harder. You're taking damage. This guy will help out so much. His whole kit is insane. His stats are great. If I can have any champion right now, I want this one. I want to level him up and have some fun with him. Now, there are only a few others I want to go over really quick. Let's see. We went over the legendaries. We went over him. I don't like Interceptor. I don't like, if you can see this chart to my left here, it's pretty small. It's big enough on my computer for me to see it. If you're on a phone or an iPad, you might not be able to see it. Missionary was okay. He can do some stuns. He can do some provokes. None of these other ones screamed at me saying, hey, let's bring him into, Ice Golem. Let's bring him into Spider. Let's bring him into something like that. So I'm just going to go over them. Tashada, the Barbarian, if she kills somebody on her skill 3, she can bring one of your allies back to life if they're dead. That's pretty nice. Centurion, the Void Rare. He can heal himself on his attack 1. He can do like Lich, where he heals himself again on his attack 2 and gives himself a defense buff. And then on his attack 3, he can switch out his life with an enemy's life. Just change up. So if he has 10% life, they have 90. He'll switch that, and then he'll equalize all the HP of your all your allies. Now I can tell you right now, that's not going to work on a boss. If you have a boss at high health and him at low health, it's not going to switch those out. So you can go ahead and forget that one. Interceptor looks terrible. She's a Void Rare. She's used as a fusion material for our new legendary fusion right now, Folly. Steel Boyer. Let's go to her. She is a knockoff of Coldheart. She is here she's Force. Now keep in mind the stage 20 Spider is energy. His Spirit. His Spirit is green, which Force is weak to. So you're not going to be bringing her into level 20 Spider, I don't think. There are some screenshots of her out there doing AoE damage. It might be in level 20 Spider. It might just be in 19 or something. We'll have to see what she can really do. She has a cool kit. She does the decreased accuracy, which we're not worried about. But this one here, as long as you crit, you're going to heal by 50% of the damage inflicted. That's great. She can heal herself. And then this AoE. Attacks all enemies 3 times. Damage increased according to enemy max HP. It's actually enemy max HP and attack, as you can see here. So it's not as strong as Coldheart. But keep in mind, it is AoE. Coldheart's is single target. Coldheart is also Void, and she has a lot of other uses. So this girl is not going to replace Coldheart, but in waves and other things that we're running, I think she can do really well. I'd like to see her in Spiders, and again, unfortunately, Spiders is energy. So I keep saying energy. I keep thinking of the little lightning symbol is Spirit. So I don't think a lot of people are going to bring her into Spider stage 20. But we'll have to see. Again, she has low stats, just like Coldheart, low HP, low defense. So you got to really be careful with her. Bring her in with teams that are either wiping everything out and you don't have to worry about her being hit, or you're going to have to load her up on a lot of HP and defense, but give her enough crit and crit damage that she can still do damage off of based on enemy max HP, just like you would do with Coldheart if you needed to. So that is her. We're going to go on to Witness. I don't really like, is a rare. Not a lot going on there. Teryfeller. Teryfeller looks like a lot of fun, just like a fun unit to build, because we don't get to have a lot of fun with bombs. This is the first unit I've seen that actually can lay bombs, unless you have Lord Shazar, of course. You're having fun with bombs then. But with her, she can do a 3-turn attack to do a small poison and decrease speed, but then her skill 3, it attacks 2 times at randoms, but each attack has a 100% chance, once you have it skilled out, to lay a bomb debuff that detonates in 3 turns on a 4-turn cooldown. I know it doesn't sound crazy amazing, but it's something fun. At least we get to play with bombs a little bit, maybe, if we wanted to try her out. Now remember, bombs only go off a straight attack, so the higher your attack, the higher the bomb damage will be. You don't have to worry about crit. You don't have to worry about crit damage. All you would want for bombs is a lot of attack. So that is Teryfeller. And I think the only other one I want to talk about, because the other one I said is a Witness here, and Uncommon Cure. Pitker is not really any good. Tracker is not really any good. Zephyr Sniper. I want to go over Zephyr Sniper. She looks like fun. This is the last champion. Let's get to it. Barbarian. She is down here. Okay. she has high defense for an uncommon, good defense, same defense as probably a rare, and low HP, but that's fine. What we're going to try to do, she does damage based on defense. She does an AoE on her main. So I want to AoE. I want to get her defense high. I want to get her her crit and her crit damage high, and I want to see how much she can do on AoE on her main attack for this. And then she does a baby heal, places a 7.5% continuous heal for 1 turn on a 4-turn cooldown. That's not great at all. I don't even know if she can be a farmer, because she might try to do this. She might try to do this skill instead. But if she hasn't taken any damage, if she just starts out, maybe she'll just AoE kill, AoE kill, AoE kill, and then that'll be it for farming. And then for waves and helping out your team, maybe she'll come in there and she can do some serious damage. Defense champions are known to do some serious damage, and they don't take as much damage as well. Now, she's not going to have very much HP, but she'll have high defense, crit damage, and hopefully she can spit out some really crazy numbers, or at least some decent numbers. I'm going to take her to 50, gear her up, try her, see what she does. She looks fun. We will see. So those are the champions. The one I want the most, like I've said, you've heard me say it probably a couple times in this video, is Jarek right here. Please join our Discord, get involved. The Discord link is below. Come in there, talk with us. Let us know how you enjoy the game. We play a lot of other games in my Discord, not just Raid Shadow Legends. I will always be doing Raid Shadow Legends, but come have fun with us. It's a lot of fun when you have a community, friends to talk to every day about the game. The link is below. Anyways, that's it for the new champions that came out at 1.8. I will see you guys on the next video.